I saw an ad the other day that really blew my mind. It was an ad for Chuck E. Cheese. And my first thought was, how in the shit did Chuck E. Cheese survive COVID, man? Kids are disgusting, dude. If you came to me coughing in March of 2020 and you were like, by the way, COVID-19 actually started in a ball pit in a suburban Tampa Chuck E. Cheese, I'd be like, yep, 100%. Absolutely it did. That's all it makes sense. The ad was for about how Chuck E. Cheese revamped their menu to be healthier, which is patently ridiculous. Because nobody that makes healthy decisions takes their child to a Chuck E. Cheese, man. The Chuck E. Cheese slogan might as well be, hey, divorced dads, drag your crotch goblins on down to our toddler casino. We'll pump them full of grease and sugar water so they can meet your 22-year-old girlfriends. Did you guys know that the character Chuck E. Cheese, like the mouse, has an official backstory? The company released a children's book. This is entirely real. And the first bit of information we get about Chuck E. Cheese is that he was an orphan that never knew his own birthday. It's a hell of a way to kick off a children's book. So Chuck grows up in this orphanage that's like vaguely racistly named St. Marinera's. And his only joy in life is singing the song Happy Birthday to all the other children, which paints like a deeply messed up picture of child psychological abuse taking place at St. Marinera's orphanage for wayward youth and mice, you know? The nuns all got together and they're like, we're not going to teach it a mouse's birthday, but we're going to make him a sing at a happy birthday. So Chuck turns 18 and they kick him out of the orphanage. So he does the only thing he can think to do. He buys a bus ticket and goes to New York City. And like, I don't want to stand up here in front of all you fine folks at the Funny Stop Comedy Club this evening and insinuate that Chuck E. Cheese was very likely a teenage prostitute on the streets of New York. But what other options did he have? Like if you're an 18-year-old and your only life skill is singing the song Happy Birthday, and your full legal name is Charles Entertainment Cheese, I'm just saying, it's not unrealistic to think that you might have pulled up under a bridge in Brooklyn and had a 6-foot-tall mouse come out of the shadows going, hey, for 20 tokens, I'll give you the best night of your life. Happy birthday. Y'all, why do skydivers wear helmets? What's that gonna do for you? Can you imagine if your buddy came up to you and they're like, oh, did you hear about Kenny? Like, no, what happened to Kenny? Like, God, he tried to go skydiving. His chute didn't open. He plummeted 20,000 feet at terminal velocity and landed right onto a children's hospital. Oh my God, is Kenny okay? Thank the Lord he was wearing his helmet. All right, that's all I got to say. I tried to go skydiving once. I was in Las Vegas, and I bought a Groupon, which is exactly the way that you want to plummet towards the earth. You know? I get out there, and they're like, we're so sorry, we can't allow you to skydive. You exceed the weight limit to skydive. I was like, are you trying to tell me I'm too fat to fall out of the sky? If anything, I thought that might make me a little bit better at it, you know? Crazy, dude. Something fun, I'm getting married next month, you guys. I'm getting married. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Men, I'll tell you this, the second I put a ring on my fiance, she dropped the act and informed me we are all terrible at sex. Did you guys know about this? We're all awful at it, man. But it makes perfect sense, though. Think about those, like, dirty romance novels, those, like, dime store romance novels your grandma used to keep on her nightstand. And now some of you are realizing why your grandma kept those on her nightstand, you know? They're always like, he laid her down gently in a field of daisies, and caressed her milky skin with his rugged hands. It's never like, yeah, so then Braxton pulled her towards the futon and twisted her nipple like she was a closeted queer band kid. And he was a 7th grader whose parents are going through a rough divorce. And then he whack-a-moled her cervix like he was 20 tickets away from the Easy Bake Oven at Chuck E. Cheese. My wife turned into a military general, dude. She was like, listen here, private. At 1700 hours, you will advance up the road until you reach the hilltop. And then you will establish a perimeter. Establish a perimeter. Establish a perimeter. It's too much perimeter. Patrol, 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 patrol. I get into it too now, dude. I'm like, General, airborne reinforcements are arriving. And she's like, make sure they hit the designated drop zone. Guys, my name is Bob McClure. I had a lot of fun.